So here we go again with the breakdown of the Fourth Estate, and it hits on multiple levels here. Here we are once again talking about one of the most beloved social programs in our nation's history, Medicare. You know, the program that provides health care for every single person over 65 years old, not one person excluded. And it does it in a more efficient and less costly way than private insurance. Yeah, it's less costly, so of course we can't afford it. I mean, what do you think? We got money coming out of our ears like Canada, Germany, France, England, and the rest of the civilized world? We can't afford health care for our people. Let's just accept that. You think I'm kidding? Let's listen to Ruth Marcus. She's a Washington Post reporter who was a guest on Press the Meat recently, and let's just listen to the framing of the question from our good friend and corporate tool, David Gregory.
So, Ruth Marcus, what wins here? Bold leadership on Medicare and the argument that the Democrats won't do something courageous, or the Democrats who say, hey, those guys want to take away my Medicare?
So what is going to win the day in the Medicare debate? David Gregory wants to know, is it the Democrats doing something courageous? And by courageous, he means cutting health care for senior citizens. That takes real courage. Standing up for conventional wisdom takes a lot of courage. Yep, takes a lot of balls to parrot exactly what every other millionaire on every other Sunday talk show has been saying. The easy move, I guess, is to be the lone wolf who actually stands up for Medicare. Hey, look at that guy taking the easy way and trying to break up the health insurance monopolies and end Big Pharma's grip on our legislators to bring down the cost of health care. Oh, what a lazy ass. Why is he taking the easy way? So what is going to win the day here? Which argument will win? The Republicans' argument that the Democrats aren't courageous and grown up enough to cut your Medicare? Or the Democrats' argument that the Republicans have been wanting to do away with Medicare ever since it was started?
I regret to inform you that I think it's the latter.
You regret to inform me that it's the latter? That's what you regret, Ruth? You don't regret that you are part of an Alice in Wonderland-like system in which well-spun lies tend to win over actual facts? You don't regret allowing yourself to become a mouthpiece for the Republican message system instead of actually upholding your obligation to society as a journalist? Really? We've gone from, I regret that I have but one life to give for my country, to, I regret to inform you that Democrats will make political gains by sticking up for Medicare because people really don't want to lose their Medicare. It just seems to me people used to be a lot better at regretting things.
And I think when you were asking Senator McConnell if Medicare was the new third rail of American politics, I think the question was wrong in a sense because it's the old third rail of American politics. This play has been run time after time. If you go back and look at the quotes from President Clinton back when he needed to win re-election, they sound a lot like the quotes from Democrats today about don't let those Republicans take away your Medicare.
Ruth, do you know why Bill Clinton said that? It was because the Republicans were trying to, now get ready, Ruth, here it comes. The Republicans were trying to end Medicare. Yes. The Speaker of the House at the time said he wanted to see Medicare wither on the vine. So that's why you keep hearing this, quote, old play, as you put it. It's because the same old pricks are trying to end Medicare, Ruth. The same old play here, Ruth, is that the Republicans scared people about Medicare in the first place by telling them it was socialism and it would end freedom as we knew it. And now they are scaring them into thinking the richest country in the world can't afford health care for its seniors. But don't let that get in the way of pretending that Democrats defending Medicare is just political theater. And according to Ruth, who, by the way, has been nominated for a Pulitzer, so according to Ruth, what's the difference between when Bill Clinton saved Medicare to when the Democrats are doing it now?
The difference is that the debt is bigger, the deficit is bigger, the gap is bigger, and the situation is more dire. But I think that, sadly, the lesson of New York 26 is Medicare work.
Did you catch that? Medicare. Ooh, I get it. You took the word Medicare, then changed it with a word that rhymes, thereby trivializing an actual issue that affects all Americans. That's very clever. Now I get why you're up for a Pulitzer. 'Cause you, madam, are a punster.
The difference is that the debt is bigger, the deficit is bigger, the gap is bigger, and the situation is more dire. But I think that, sadly, the lesson of New York 26 is Medicare work.
But she's right. The deficit is much bigger now, and the circumstances are much more dire. So there's only one choice, right? We're going to balance the budget on the backs of senior citizens and their health care. Because a reporter for the Washington Post knows full well that there is no way in the world that America can afford to give its own citizens health care. I mean, that's expensive. What do you crazy liberals think? That we're as rich as Norway, New Zealand, Japan, Germany, Belgium, the United Kingdom, Kuwait, Sweden, Bahrain, the Netherlands, Austria, the United Arab Emirates, Finland, Slovenia, Denmark, Luxembourg, France, Australia, Ireland, Italy? No, we're not as rich as those countries. They've got money up their ass. That's why they can afford health care. But she is right. The debt is bigger. The deficit is bigger. And let me think, what happened since Bill Clinton was president? Well, there were those 8 years of a Republican president, 6 of which occurred with a Republican Congress. No, that's not it. There were, are not 1, but 2 of the longest wars in American history. But that can't be it. Think. I know. Old people. It must be all the old people, and to a lesser degree, the teachers. I should have known. It's always the old people and the teachers. Okay, that was another great report by me.
That was a great report.
Oh, thank you very much. Isn't that nice? Paul Gilmartin, thank you.
You have a rafter here where I can hang myself from?
Yeah.
That was
Jimmy, that was some great impotent rage. That was some really good.
It started with the rage at David Gregory, the way he phrased the question of like, are the Democrats going to show courage by destroying Medicare? And then it just accelerated from there.
I wouldn't rule out the Republicans' talking point being trying to convince Americans that they're not old.
Well, I don't understand how they're winning I guess I do. It all comes down to people like David Gregory, the fact that the people who want to do all these horrible things, roll back Medicare, Social Security, give tax cuts to millionaires, turn us into pretty much a banana republic with two Americas, like what John Edwards used to say. Mm-hmm. They also own the media, which is why these arguments keep winning the day, because they keep getting repeated over and over and over.
And when all the guests are millionaires, they don't have to worry about affording health insurance. Of course, it's not an important topic to them.
Where was the media and Ruth Marcus and David Gregory showing any of this kind of scrutiny towards us going into these wars that cost us all this money? None at all. None. Just cheerleading on their part. And now they're being very analytical about Medicare and how dangerous it is.
We can't afford it. We can't afford it. In fact, I should have brought in a clip that he just from this. He also went on to say he was talking to Dick Durbin, and he was like, "But Senator, this Medicare just isn't sustainable."
Yeah, Jimmy, I can't afford to stop cancer from ravaging my body. There is a small country 4,000 miles away that has citizens that want to harm me.